Yo, 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 what up, guys? Michael here, Breath Tap Wellness. I'm the Breath Tap Carnivore. Woo! Anyway, just inspiration's flowing to me today. I've been on all sorts of calls and meetings, and I'm making another video today. So I wanted to talk a little bit about let's wrap our head around vegetables and fruits and plants. And if you're following the carnivore diet, you know that you shouldn't be eating any of those, right? But even if you go back to nature, what's Mother Earth tell you about it, right? Let's separate ourselves from the diet and all of our thoughts around it. Like, oh my God, how could vegetables be so bad? Oh. Forget all that programming, right? Because you've been told that eat your vegetables since you were a child, right? I know when I first started thinking about it, I'm like, what the hell? Vegetables are bad? They could hurt me? They don't want to be eaten? I get it. But anytime you go back to nature, it holds the key to everything, right? It can answer all your questions. Just taking a walk out in nature can help you answer questions, but nature's always talking to you. So the next time you're out on a hike somewhere, go somewhere that really mimics kind of what our ancestors experienced in nature, in the environment, right? Obviously, the Earth's a lot different, but you can go to places like some of the ancient natural forests that still exist, some of these natural parks, these national natural parks that haven't really been messed with by humans, right? And when you walk around, you go on your hike, spend a week out there. Go spend a week, and I want you to hike around and tell me how many vegetables you find. How many heads of lettuce and eggplants do you see growing in the woods? Not many, right? You might be like, oh, well, the animals are eating them. Maybe so. But find the plant. You just find the plant, the spot. It's not easy. It's not easy. And you know why? Because all of the vegetables we have today that you find in a supermarket, wherever, these things have all been created by humans. They've been modified and crossbred and genetically modified and blah, 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 blah. And I'll tell you what, they are nothing compared to what existed out there. So good luck finding something that actually mimics or looks or tastes the same as what our ancestors may have come across. And you know what? I'm sure they ate some of this stuff when they found it, but I'm sure they preferred the meat and fat of large ruminant animals over any of it, right? You'll see them out there. You go for a hike, you see some deer, right? You might see some rabbits, you might see some turkeys, right? You see lots of natural animals in their natural environment moving around. We had some different animals back then. We had the woolly mammoths, right? Those big old suckers. A lot of meat on them. What about all the buffalo that used to roam across the plains? Man, we had huge herds of them. And the tribes would follow them around and subsist off them. But you'd be hard pressed just to find like a head of lettuce out in the woods. It just doesn't happen. So it's kind of funny because you're essentially eating something that's been messed with, processed, genetically modified, whatever. It might be growing in the soil, like a head of lettuce or something like that, some kale, some spinach. But I'll tell you what, it is nothing compared to what our ancestors maybe had access to. I mean, you don't even see it. You don't even see it. You don't find that stuff out there in the woods. It's unnatural. It's completely unnatural. And those plants, even back then, they still had their defense systems. They were still racing against animals to survive. So what makes you think that they wanted to be eaten in the first place? They didn't. We've modified and messed with shit so much, it ain't even natural anymore. What about fruit? You ask about fruit, huh? Yeah. Well, guess what? Fruit, for the most part, for a lot of the world, is just seasonally available, right? And again, once again, the fruit that you see in the supermarkets today, it's tasty. Oh yeah. They're nothing compared to what you'd find in nature. And you know what? When I'm out in the woods hiking around, sometimes I find some berries and sometimes I pick them and eat them. But you know what? There's not gonna be a whole bowl full of that shit. right? Not the gargantuan sized berries that are full of extra sugar because they've been bred to be that way. So even the fruit is nothing compared to what it was, centuries ago. So if you're eating all these veggies and fruits and you think you're being healthy, well, you're just kidding yourself, because this stuff isn't even what humans evolved to eat at all. And even if they had a little bit of it, it's not what is being offered today. It's not even comparable, right? Fruit is just, hey, it's nature's candy. It's delicious. But like I said, it's seasonal. And what we have today on the supermarket shelves, even if it's your own stuff that you grown, a lot of times it's still it's still been messed with for so long that it's bigger and juicier and more sugary than ever before. It's definitely not what it was back then. So those are just some things I like to think about. I mean, the fruit and vegetables that are offered out there, they're essentially not even real and natural to the environment like the animals are. So just a little thought about it. Okay. So hope you're enjoying your carnivore journey, whether you're doing carnivore or ketovore or whatever. Hey, if you're eating a little veg, that's fine. I do from time to time. But I'll tell you what, you want to experience exceptional health and well-being, you got to stick to that beautiful red meat that we're so grateful to have available to us on this planet. Those amazing animals that sacrifice their lives to nourish us, and all the plants and the bugs and the soil that sacrifices itself for those animals to live long, healthy lives as well. Anyway, that's all I got. I'll catch you later.